Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be benchmarking Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC, running with my overclock MSI Vanguard RTX 5090 graphics card
Yeah.
and Ryzen 9
Yep.
9950X 3D CPU. So firstly, as always, I'm going to stop and show you the graphics settings really quickly. So we are running a render resolution of 3040 by 2160 on my 4K 134Hz display. Nvidia low fixed latency is enabled. And all the advanced graphics settings are all ultra preset with everything fully maxed out. No DLSS quality mode. We will test that a little bit later in the video. We're running. I'll go ahead and turn on 2x MSAA. I did want to turn that feature on. Sometimes when you restart the game, it turns that feature off. And all the advanced graphics settings are all unlocked, full settings. And we also have 2x reflection MSAA. And all these settings are fully maxed out. So we're going to test 4K native, 1440p native, and 1080p native, and then we'll also test out DLSS quality mode at 4K and 1440p, and we'll see how everything runs and plays. I did try out 8K earlier. For some reason it zooms in on the picture, and I'm not really sure if it's a driver issue or what, but for some reason when I tried 8K, like the picture was so zoomed in that you couldn't see MS Afterburner stats, and it was just like really zoomed in, so perhaps it's just an issue with the driver, so I'll have to try it out in another future video, and we'll do 8K in another separate video. But usually when I benchmark this title, I like to take a very straightforward path through this little forest area. I follow the trail. We'll cross the stream, and then we'll turn around, and then after each and every lap around the block, if you will, we'll try to match the movements as I change resolutions and DLSS quality settings.
Yeah.
But I've always enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 2, the peaceful nature vibes, you know, the mellow music, the grass, the trees, the foliage, the birds, the nature. It's just such a nice peaceful vibe, and I really do appreciate it. And it'd be nice if we do hear some news of the third iteration of Red Dead Redemption, whenever that will come out. But I think the biggest one that we're both after right now is Grand Theft Auto 6, which is going to first debut on the consoles,
Yeah.
followed by the PC version maybe a year later, I would assume at least. Okay, so 4K native, we averaged 98 FPS, 1% lowest got 80, max FPS at 122. Alright, so now we'll enable DLSS quality mode, which will put us at a 1440p render resolution. So let me go ahead and pull up DLSS, and we will set it to quality mode. Go ahead and apply that setting. Reset the afterburner. And like I said, we'll follow the same path. Follow the trail along, go through the forest, cross the stream, turn around, and just keep repeating for each different resolution.
Yeah.
You know, with the upscaling, it does look really good. I know this is lowering the render resolution, but it looks really, really good. It goes to show you how high quality DLSS is now these days on Nvidia cards, that it really does make the image so clear that it actually does look like 4K, so really impressive. So I really like that visual fidelity feature. It's really high quality. This horse is getting a little bit pissed off, so I'll try to mellow out a little bit here on this writing aspect. And you know what, even if they added like a more modern graphics features on this title, like they reworked it like they did with the first iteration of Red Dead Redemption, that would be pretty cool too, because I mean this is essentially still running the old generation, like not current gen type graphics features, you know? Maybe if they added some ray tracing or other detailed effects, it would be pretty cool to even play this again and see how it runs and plays. Okay, so 4K DLSS quality mode, our average is 136 FPS, 1% low setting at 108, max FPS at 156. Alright, let's go ahead and let's lower down the resolution to 1440p. And then I'm going to disable DLSS calls mouse. Give me 1 moment to do that real quick here. Where are we at? Okay, so DLSS, let's turn that off. Make sure it got turned off. I think it went to auto. There we go. Let's turn it off. Sometimes it's a little finicky to apply settings here. Reset the afterburner. Now on my 4K screen, it looks a whole lot lower. And I've had this issue prior in this game. For some reason, when you lower down the 1440p, it's not resetting at 1% lows, so just disregard the 1% lows right now. I did test this earlier because I was trying to benchmark this earlier, and it wasn't resetting the 1% lows when I reset the MSI afterburner stats, so just, oh there we go, now we got it. Now it's back. Just seems to be delayed, but I only experienced that issue when I lowered down to 1440p, so just want a notation of that, but it looks like it's working now. Slight delay though. But on my 1440p screen, it looks a whole lot lower than 4K DLSS quality mode, which would be the same render resolution. Which goes to show you how high quality DLSS is. It really does use, you know, advanced AI techniques to enhance the image, so it's a very stout feature that really does clean up the image, so very much so impressive to say the least. Okay, so 1440p native, average 150 FPS, 1% listening at 111, and max FPS at 172. And then very briefly, I'm going to enable DLSS quality mode at 1440p. There's one user who watches my videos who does like to appreciate when I do test this option. So let's go ahead and enable DLSS quality mode. Apply that setting. And again, the 1% lows are going to be low in the beginning. Just wait for it to increase as I progress in the benchmark here. It just seems to be an issue only at non-native resolutions for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Like, not 4K, which is my normal native resolution for my screen. So disregard the 1% lows until they get reset here. Last time it did reset just right around this area, I think, when I recall. We'll see. Yeah, it's not resetting 1% lows, but oh well, that's fine. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Can't really predict what overlays are gonna do sometimes. So yeah, I just won't call it the 1% low since it's lower than it should be, even though it really isn't that low, I don't think. Okay, so 1440p DLSS call to it, average 155 FPS, the 1% lows I'm going to disregard, and max FPS at 181. And yeah, I don't know if that's a driver issue or just an incompatibility with the game, but I've been noticing that, and also to scroll through some of those settings there, it's a little bit delayed. I'm not really sure what's up with that. But that's the thing, you never know how a game's going to respond with newer hardware. It's always something that you got to adapt to, if you will. Alright, now let's disable DLSS calls mode. So we'll do native rendering. Apply that setting. Reset the afterburner, and again, just disregard the 1% lows. I'm not really sure what the issue is. I don't know if it's just something that I shouldn't monitor anymore, or if it's just the title. But yeah, we'll just have to deal with it. We'll have to just focus on the average, current, and max FPS, and disregard the 1% lows unless it does reset on this lap. We'll see. Cause see, normally when I reset my settings, I hit one button, and it normally resets it. For some reason, on this game, it's not resetting the 1% lows. So I really don't know what to say about that, but
Yeah.
kind of annoying. But I apologize. It's funny that water stream there actually still looks pretty good even at 1080p resolution. It still looks really high quality. Okay, now it's picking up again. See, that's weird. I really don't know what's causing that. That's perhaps it's a driver issue. I don't know. You never know with Nvidia cards these days. I've been having all kinds of issues with drivers, so at least it's picking up now.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1080p, averaging 159 FPS, 1% lows. We finally got coming up now at 123, max FPS at 195. See, when I'm scrolling here, it feels like it's really delayed. I'm not really sure what's going on out there. It must be some kind of Nvidia issue. I don't remember experiencing that before prior. Alright, let's go back to 4K native. And then, like I said, I did want to do 8K, but for some reason it was zooming in on the picture, and I don't want to ruin the video if I can't see what's going on, so. And see, when I go back to 4K native, the 1% lows reset immediately, like right when I reset the button, so it's really weird. Alright, so we're going to just do a little bit of 4K native here to end out the video. We're going to go to a different area just to see other parts of this beautiful environment. Try to beat the train. Usually the way I like to do is go out to this little lake or pond. I think it was a lake. And then get a nice view of the water. And just to see where the FPS balances out at 4K native here. Just to change things up so it's not like a repetitive video of just doing the same thing every once in a while. I like to end it out with a nice view of the bridge here for the train and the water. Oh shit. Got off a little bit too early there. And then just kind of check out Arthur here and check out the horse. Probably going to be taking a dump in the near future. Usually he does after I run. Nope, there you go. Dump on demand. It's kind of funny. Well, anyways, guys, that gives you a good look at Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sorry about the 1% low issue. It seems to be an issue with the game, but at least we kind of worked around it. We talked about what the issue was. If you did enjoy the video, do give this video a like. If you want to see more content like this for RTX 5090 gaming benchmarks, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all support. Stay tuned for more video benchmarks, and I appreciate all support, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching. That brings you Red Dead Redemption 2, and we'll see you guys around. Peace out.